Just do what you have to do to survive while you're here.
Mm.
You know, every philosopher over history has said one simple thing, and I'll phrase it for everybody who's a Christian out there. Christ said it. You're only in the earth, not of the earth. You're only here playing around, man.
Mm.
Might as well have as much fun as you can and catch these suckers at their own game. Don't let them keep you stupid.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done. And now everything's waking up and people are saying, oh, Lord, they are going, I believe, Ben, they are going nuts. I believe that the system is finally waking up because when you're starting to see headlines today on CNN, and you can look it up yourself, analysts skeptical of the alleged Iranian plot. When my father-in-law, when I got back from my trip, he says, did you hear what happened? They hired a Mexican to kill us. I said, are you kidding me? Do they expect Americans to believe this crap?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Iran is going to hire a Mexican drug cartel guy to kill? Come on. Would you come on. It's like it was so unbelievable to me that this would even be, sure as hell, here's the news today, CNN. You see, they're trying and grasping at straws to be able to put down more of a police state, which we're already in, but more.
Yeah.
Tightening up the borders more. You know, I'm expanding the website in 2 different directions. So Ben. My goal was trifold. My goal was to give the consumer, my fellow man and women, a $99 way to make money. Because if I don't charge them anything, right, then they don't respect it. That's just human nature. It's just the way it is. But if you're paying, you give it a little bit more respect.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's just the way it goes. But $99 is fair. I got tired of these crooks out there charging $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. I've heard of one lady who paid a guy $23,000 to save her home, and she's out on the street.
Huh.
I talked to her personally. It brings tears to your eyes, man. I actually have a conscience, unlike most. So at the end of the day, I thought, how in the hell do I get these people so where everybody can afford it? And that's what I did. I got it to where it was an affordable way. If you just skip 5 or 6 lattes, at the coffee shop, you'll be able to pay for it. So I gave you a way to get in, save your home, help you with credit card debt, protect your money, all that stuff, cheap. The second level was the way to make money. So I wanted to give you something that would give you something back, meaning you're going to give me a little, I'm going to give you back a lot. Right?
Yeah.
And the third way was the affiliate side. Hey, listen, go sell some of this stuff and make you some money. Let's share it. Let's all be one big community.
Yeah.
So it's trifold, right?
Yeah.
Now what's happened is a lot of the members are saying, Jesse, listen, I want more personal type of help. So I'm starting what I call the inner circle.
Right.
Okay, I'll be announcing that out. This is the first announcement ever. You've heard it right here at Ben Lowry. I've not told a soul. Seriously, I'm not joking.
Cool.
Your listeners will be the first ones to hear about it. I'm starting the inner circle. We're going to work one-on-one with you guys. Not as a person, meaning Ben and I together. It's going to be Ben, John, Joe, and Larry over here. All of us together working on the same issues going forward. So it's an inner circle, meaning that's exactly what it is. It'll be, I'm limiting it to, we don't know yet, to less than 100. I'm not sure how we're going to do it. I know how we're going to do it, but I'm not sure the number yet. And say, okay, this 100 people, we're going to work together. We're going to have our own private conversations, our own private calls, maybe our own private meetings once a week. And then we're going to get our cases together, whether Ben has a foreclosure, Jesse has a credit card, it doesn't matter. It's the same type of violations. We're going to get all of our suits together, ready. We're going to go down within the same 7 business days and file those lawsuits. And we're going to all have the same exact time frames and guidelines to meet under the federal rules of civil procedure. So that means that Larry, John, and myself can help all of us together because everybody has the same steps. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're going to give the same full 100% money back guarantee. If I charge $2,500, you're going to make that $2,500. If you don't make $2,500, here's your money back. It's that simple.
Yeah.
So everything we do, because we're getting the demand. But if I'm going to spend time not on my boat fishing, and I'm going to spend time here working, I'm going to get paid for it. It's that simple. And I don't think that's unfair because you're going to make all the money back. So it's a fair trade, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I want to make sure at least you agree and say, yeah, it's a fair trade, okay?
Yeah, sure.
So that's the number one. The secondary function is I have started a new project, which is not new. I've been doing it since 2003 personally, which is a diversification project showing people like yourself and my fellow members how to operate outside of their countries in different jurisdictions with banking and credit cards, passports, other residencies. So they know, like, my wife and I are residents of several countries, full-time residents. Okay, stamped, legal. I can walk in there, open bank accounts, that are completely out of this jurisdiction.
Cool.
Yeah, well, I want to teach people how to do that, and I have the process on how to do it and the right connections in the right countries to operate under these anonymous bearer share corporations, open up anonymous bank accounts, have anonymous debit cards to where no information is on that magnetic card other than the account information. So meaning Ben goes to swipe that Visa at the store in Chile, and Ben was never in Chile. There's no trace of that transaction happening. That makes sense?
Would the IRS say it was illegal?
The IRS says breathing is illegal if you're not paying. Yeah. So it's not illegal if you know what you're doing. Everything's legal.
Right.
It's just as a matter of fact, the United States has no problem with dual citizenship.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Remember that the whole tax system is an honor system. You know that, and I know that. And a lot of the patriots argue that. Try on top of your 10-4, this is a voluntary form. But what happens is if you don't volunteer, you go to jail.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not going to get into the details of it. So I'm expanding it even further for those members who say, you know what, I've gotten $25,000 this year or in the last 6 months suing these crooks. I want to do something with that money and get it out of the system.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect
Because
sense.
that money is not taxable money. Now, I'm not a tax person. I suggest you consult your CPA. But 9 out of 10 times, any injury money, because those are punitive damages, are non-taxable.
Oh, I see.
Okay? Remember, you hurt me. It's like breaking your leg and getting a suit for $10,000. It's not income. None of that is considered income.
Oh, I see. So when we get our compensation damages out of these banks and stuff, the IRS doesn't consider that taxable income.
No.
Right.
At least in my case. I have no idea in yours or anybody else. Once again, I'm not a CPA. But
Okay.
I'm just telling you what my past experience has been.
Yeah.
So, once I get these funds, I don't want them here in the system. And it's not because of IRS. I couldn't care less about IRS. I file my taxes. I do it all. What I'm afraid of is these banks collapsing around us. The euro collapsing. The dollar collapsing. All this, euro. I'm a day trader, by the way. So is my son. So we do a lot of currency trading. So we understand I keep on top of world news. And I know what's happening. The dollar's coming up. It's rallying. The euro's crashing because of that. Germany's freaking out because of Italy. So I don't want it in any of these currencies. And I sure as heck don't want it in any of these banks. Let me give you the next headline news for today. Do you know who Fitch, F-I-T-C-H is?
That's a bank, isn't it?
Fitch Ratings.
Fitch Ratings? Is
Yeah.
it a ratings agency, is it?
You got it.
Okay.
They downgraded UBS today and puts B of A and others on the watch.
Downgraded who, sorry?
Bank of America, or UBS.
Oh, right.
And UBS is a monster of a bank in
Right.
Europe.
Yeah.
Monster. And they put B of A and others. And let me read it. It says, FICT also reviewing ratings for Barclays, BNP Paribas, Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank, Societe Generale,
Yeah.
Bank of America, Morgan Stanley, and Goldman Sachs Group for further possible downgrades.
Wow.
Do I want my money in any of those banks?
No.
Thank you.
It was incredible when the United States government was downgraded a couple of months ago, wasn't it?
Wasn't it awesome?
Yeah.
I thought, wow, finally somebody's telling us the truth. But Ben, these are the type of things that I tell everybody, and I suggest, listen, here's what I'm doing, you do what you want. I don't want to keep my money in any kind of currency that is tied to the dollar, pinned to the dollar. I'd rather have my currencies in other ones. I'd rather have my currencies in economies like Singapore that's just booming. It's booming.
Right.
Brazil, booming. Guatemala, booming. These third world countries are booming. And we already are a third world country. Americans just don't want to realize it.
Yeah.
I've been in places in Guatemala that are small places. I'm talking 9 city